Alrighty, basically, welcome back right after Chris Webby. Wow. For any of you that didn't catch that video, after this one, you need to go back and watch that one. He uh, he went off just a little bit. But yeah, we're here for Dan Vasc. I went back to a younger Dan Vasc. I want to see what his voice was like. And like I said, this is not the deep dive will happen on Patreon because they're going to be longer videos and stuff. So, people with short attention spans or people that just aren't interested in learning music, if you're not a musician, if you're not a producer, if you're not trying to learn to sing or anything like that, you're probably not going to be interested in that type of stuff. But this is just more out here in the main channel and everything. This is just more straight reaction type of stuff. But like I said, I want to get an idea of what he was like earlier in his journey and everything. This is 6 years ago, and from what he's progressed to today, what we know of him today, and that's with all the artists. Tommy Johansson. Also same thing. We need to see the artist development, the progression. With that, and it's my favorite song. The one Europe is one of my top groups, top 10, you could say, and Final Countdown ranks up there and everything. So I want to see what he does to it. So let's, without any bullshitting or digression like I normally do, let's just jump into it. Oh wow, yeah, that was a long introduction, huh? But holy cow, look how young he is here compared to what we know today. Wow. I'm sure his voice is probably going to be just as surprising. It's probably going to be not like what I heard in Amazing Grace, obviously, but you know, a more raw version probably of that. Amazing Grace was you know really defined, a lot of control and breath control and that and everything. But let's see what we're doing here. I love, I love it. Let's go back here a second. Let me see if I can take my mouse right there. I love the facial expressions. Yeah. Uh, who's really big in facial expressions, a little more sexy, oriented and everything is Taylor Swift. I love her facial expressions too, but um, yeah, this is I like this. And the voice, yeah, voice is a lot different. He still likes the open vowels and everything, and the tongue forward. The tongue is forward a lot, opening up that throat and everything. Um, yeah, he's kept a lot of similarities from now up until today and everything, but just more refined. He still has a lot of the open vowels, tongue still always forward, like it should be. Everyone does that, but his breath support and everything has improved over time, and obviously the power in his voice. And but yeah, I can see I can see kind of the beginning of the journey here and everything of his voice and his progression and oh, his progression and his artist development. You know, through this is going to be an interesting journey as I get songs along the way. Up to Amazing Grace. And everything and all that in between to see the transformation with all the artists really, all of the artists really, not just Dan. See, he has to act it out too. We're headed for Venus, and still we stand. He has to do that, with the chest out, back straight, and still we stand tall. So not only is he singing the story and telling you the story through singing it, he's showing you the story. He's demonstrating it to you, acting it to you too. Um, Very good entertainer. Overall great performer. He's doing the whole package. And his looking around, and when he says maybe they've seen it, he looks around like this, you're looking, you see in everybody. You're like if you're in an auditorium, the people up in the top bleachers and everything. He's seeing everybody. Maybe they've seen us, and everything. Very good play there. Very good acting out in that. And the music itself, he's changed. It's still the same music. Like again, this is the deep dive part. We would have to get into music theory, but he's changed up a little bit. Probably to make it his own. But this also shows artist development and how they're not only their voice but also how their music progresses. As they learn more and more, they get more into storytelling with the music and music theory. And chord progressions and changing things and arrangements and all that stuff. But yeah, this is very interesting so far. He had to stretch for that one. And it's an all vowel, so that's good. He kept it easy. The all vowel is the easy one, but he still strained a little and hitting that. And and as far as the music, yeah, I wonder if Victor was with him at this point 6 years ago. Yeah, that's another thing I want to find out. When exactly did Victor enter into his repertoire? And if not, if Victor wasn't with him, who's doing his music? Does he produce it himself? Or does he hire a producer? Or or what? These are the things I got to dive into and learn about him. But yeah, um, sorry for all the pauses, guys. But this is a reaction channel. It's what reaction channels do. Oh, and the big eyes again. It's a final. Let's see that one more time. It's the final countdown. The final countdown. I'm just saying, you gotta love him. You gotta love him. The effort that he, the extra mile, the effort that he puts into, the facial expressions, the acting, and everything. It's not about just sitting up there and covering a song, and saying, that's it, guys, there you go. You know, that's not a singer, and that's not an entertainer. You know, pick a good art. Taylor Swift, or Dan Vasc, Johnny, Johnny Johansson. Take any of the good people out there right now, and would they do that? Would they just get up there and stand straight and sing a cover? Exactly like the original artist did, not change nothing. Oh, I want to sound like the original artist. No, you don't. We know what the original artist sounds like. We want to see. If we want to hear the original version, we'll go watch the original group. We're watching your cover because we want to know, how are you interpreting this? How are you going to be different than the original artist? We already know their mess. We already know their point of view on it and what they did with the music and all that stuff and everything. We want to see your point of view. Show us a little bit of you as an artist. How are you going to do Adam Lambert? Oh my God. Adam Lambert is an excellent example of this. He does covers and completely just revamps them. Um, Sometimes the lyrics is all he keeps. You wouldn't even recognize the song because the music has been all rearranged and redone. And the only thing that's a cover about it is he's got the same words, the same lyrics, but he's even singing them different. It's a different melody. It's slowed down or sped up from the original. If the original was fast, he might have made it a ballad. If the original was a ballad, he might have made it a poppier or more rock type song. But that's what he's known for. That's doing a cover. And his version, and what Dan did to Amazing Grace. You know, he made it his own. His own thing. And he has a habit, even today, with that last vowel, when he's holding those long vowels and everything, at the end, he cuts them off. He pulls the time back and everything and kind of cuts them and rounds them off. Like that, like you're coming down a slide and then you kind of like slowly, you know, at the end of the slide, like that, you go up slowly like that, everything. You know, that still takes a lot of control. It takes a lot of breath. It takes still a lot of control to do that and everything. So he still has control. Um, it's just not refined at this part as it is today. Today he's got all that control and he's refined it. He can not only overall shape the sound, but he can carve into it different, tones and different things. Again, you got to have an ear to hear that, and most people don't. But this is why artists do it. Artists do it that the majority, they know when they do it that the majority of society and people and stuff aren't going to catch it and everything. But they're doing it to impress their peers. The ones that will hear, Taylor Swift, other musicians, they have the ear, and they can tell you like, oh wow, that was pretty interesting what you did there. Um, and that's the whole name of the game. That's what everything's here for. And that's why the deep dives isn't for everybody on my Patreon, because it's only people in the music scene that would be music nerds. That's for people that are want to nerd out on music, to go and listen to breakdowns and stuff and get into the nitty gritty of things. As far as my opinion goes, and whoever else's opinion that does it. Um, anybody that does deep breakdowns like that in a Patreon and everything, um, these people, they're not just to my Patreon. They belong to other Patreons that they like. You know, the ones that they like listening to and breaking down, and they agree with. They're on the same wavelength as far as understanding, and that's how it works. You're like, I like this guy's breakdowns. As far as music theory goes and understanding it, we're on the same wavelength and stuff. And I like listening to it. So yeah, I'm gonna subscribe to the Patreon and stuff because I can nerd out on the breakdowns and we're on the same vibe and everything. But yeah, with that, again, I'm holding up too much. But anyway.
Hello my friends, thank you so very much for watching this video. The 80s my friends are taking over this channel. If you like 80s music like I do, there's a playlist linked on the description below of all my 80s songs covers. So head over there and watch some more videos. As always, leave me that like if you enjoyed. I'll see you in a few days with a new video, and until then, have yourselves an epic day.
Alrighty. Love the messages at the end. But yeah, there's another Dan. And amazing as always. Learned a lot from his 6 years ago. Um, but yeah, I like it. I dig it. There's definitely more Dan coming. Like I said, I'm going to follow the progression, in his development and everything. And um, hope you guys are along for the ride. Again, like my lower thirds you've seen already. Subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Help the channel and everything. And you know, we are on the next video with that, and we will hope to see you guys over there.